We are looking at a permanent redirection of global web traffic. The primary way consumers discover brands has moved away from traditional keyword search engines and into AI-driven answer engines. This chart tracks that migration. Right now, 50% of customers ask a model like ChatGPT, Claude, or Perplexity for a recommendation before they ever type a URL into a browser. This creates an immediate visibility gap for marketing teams. You can have a perfectly optimized website ranking #1 on Google and simultaneously possess a 0% share of model across these new AI platforms. Relying on traditional web analytics masks the problem. Look at Brand 5 on this McKinsey chart. Because they optimized for AI search early, they are achieving a 60% higher share of voice in AI recommendations than their actual market share. They are quietly absorbing the traffic their competitors think is safe. If your product isn't explicitly listed in the AI's top 3 recommendations, you are entirely absent from the modern evaluation process. The reason perfectly good websites get ignored comes down to how they are built. Traditional pages use heavy JavaScript and complex visual layouts to appeal to human users. To an AI crawler, that code is dense, noisy, and difficult to parse. When a large language model can't clearly read your pricing or features page through all that bloat, it guesses. This interface shows exactly what happens. In the red warning box, ChatGPT has hallucinated a starting price of $249 a month. The actual, verified price is $149, shown below in green. The AI couldn't cleanly extract the data, so it invented a number that makes the product look too expensive to a potential buyer. Traditional search optimization served human psychology. Generative Engine Optimization, or GEO, requires engineering your data to serve machine logic. Implementing a GEO strategy requires marketing teams to evaluate the trade-offs between the technical effort required and the visibility they gain in return. We plot selective markdown routing into the high-effort, high-impact quadrant. This is the heavy lifting of the technical infrastructure. Selective routing uses middleware to detect AI bots at the server level. Instead of serving them your full website, it intercepts the bot and feeds it a stripped-down, purely structured markdown version of your content. Setting this up demands upfront developer hours, but the payoff is direct. It reduces the AI's token consumption by 40% and guarantees the model ingests your data with absolute accuracy. Once the infrastructure is clean, we move to the content itself, which falls under pattern injection. Large language models do not read text to understand it. They calculate mathematical token probabilities. Content teams have to stop writing conversational marketing copy. Instead, they must restructure paragraphs into rigid query-answer pairs that align with the exact mathematical vectors these models use to retrieve information. General, unstructured paragraphs result in poor retrieval rates. To consistently surface in responses, your content must be structurally pre-digested to create a statistical magnetic pull for the AI's attention mechanism. For e-commerce brands, the battlefield shifts. The priority moves beyond basic accuracy to capturing high-intent discovery queries, like what are the best running shoes for beginners? Brands often have catalog data scattered across multiple platforms. If an AI crawler detects the slightest discrepancy between these sources, it immediately discards the product. Models demand absolute uniformity in pricing, features, and specifications. A $5 difference between your direct site and a retail partner causes the AI to drop your product from its recommendation list entirely. Standardizing every detail across global platforms is a tedious, manual process, but it is the required cost of entry to intercept buyers at the exact moment they ask an AI what to buy. In agentic shopping queries, consistency equals authority. A model will not recommend a product it cannot confidently categorize and price. AI models scrape consensus platforms like Reddit to verify claims, as seen in the dashboard's middle section serving as a primary citation. The bottom panel reveals a cited Wikipedia page, but the system flags it as stale, meaning it hasn't been updated in years. You cannot automate your way into these spaces. Spamming Reddit or Stack Overflow will actively destroy your semantic footprint. It requires slow, authentic engagement within those specific communities. This is source authority decay. These progress bars reveal the majority of citations propping up competitors A and B are over 6 months stale. That decay is your entry point. By injecting fresh discussions into those forums, you can displace their aging links with yours. In the past, we used to chase generic backlinks from high domain authority websites. Now you have to build hyper-specific authority in the exact threads and forums the AI is programmed to trust. To be clear, GEO does not replace traditional SEO. It acts as parallel infrastructure for a completely different user base. How you allocate resources depends on your capabilities. If your team is scrappy, skip the heavy engineering. Start by dropping a standardized llms.txt file into your root directory to give crawlers a baseline, machine-readable truth. For retail and e-commerce, your immediate priority is enforcing extreme data uniformity across all product catalogs. And for enterprise B2B, secure the budget for selective markdown routing and N-sampling forensics. You cannot afford to lose six-figure deals because an AI hallucinated an outdated enterprise tier. Some companies will choose a wait-and-see approach, and it is true that delaying your GEO implementation costs you nothing out of pocket today, but the cost of inaction compounds quickly. While you wait, your competitors are solidifying their corpus frequency. They are baking their product data and their narratives deep into the historical training layers of the next generation of models. Once a competitor is mathematically cemented into a model's baseline weights, dislodging them becomes exponentially harder and significantly more expensive. The transition to answer engines is already complete for half the market. Your brand's visibility in the next 5 years depends entirely on securing your share of model right now.